So 210 Boxing TV here are Breadman, Stephen Edwards, trainer of Caleb Plant. Had a crazy weigh-in today. Caleb Plant, David Benavides. You're familiar with David. You've gone against him several times. Talk about it.
I've only gone against him once.
Okay, okay. I thought it was twice. My bad.
No, I went against him with Karan Davis. That's
okay.
So you asked me what I thought of the weigh-in?
Everything that happened today was pretty crazy. Touched him in the face,
that, that people don't realize how big of a fight this is. This is a big fight. The weigh-in was huge. I mean, it's a ton of money involved. They making a ton of money. I think it's going to do well with the pay-per-view. I think it's going to do real well with the live gate. I expect it to be a sellout. So it's a big fight. The promotion did good. I'm not a promoter, but when you got that kind of bad blood, it does sell. I'm glad nothing crazy happened.
Security did their job.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. I knew that they were going to face off and talk trash, but I didn't know it was going to be that. So I don't know, man. I'm just glad nothing crazy happened, and now we get to the fight.
Now with David, right? How do you prepare for a guy like that? David's kind of a different guy, right? There's not too many Mexicans at 68 that are aggressive that come forward. So how do you prepare for him?
You just got to get aggressive fighters in the gym. He's not just aggressive, though. He has a good jab. He's very clever, and he's a good boxer. He just comes forward, and he's like a vicious guy. He scores a lot of knockouts, but he can box. Chavez was a good boxer, and he came forward.
He would parry a lot of shots.
Yeah, David's clever, man. He can fight. You know what I mean? So, you're not going to find the exact replica, because if you did, then it would be him, So you just got to find some guys who are aggressive, guys who throw some cute little punches. David know what he's doing, you know what I mean? I don't get into all of the back and forth stuff. He's a good fighter, man.
You keep it just to the boxing, basically, boxing match?
Well, I'm Team Plant. I wouldn't let nobody hurt my guy, but I'm not trash talking nobody. David and Caleb are the two tough guys. They the ones getting in the ring. So I don't have to say nothing back to nobody. Not back, but I don't get into no back and forth with nobody because I'm not the one fighting. You know what I mean? It looks stupid to me to get involved in that kind of stuff.
With Plant, are you trying to make him sit more on his punches, or he's still a boxer?
At times, he got a box. David's more comfortable fighting that face-to-face kind of fight. So he has to box, but he has to be smart. It's a lot of things that he got to do. It's a lot of layers to a fight. It's fluid. People keep asking you to game plan over and over again, but there's so many things that go into a fight. It's ebbs and flows. You got to establish a jab. You got to take David's jab away.
Go ahead.
It's just a lot of things you have to do, you know what I mean, in a fight. It's fluid. It's not like, oh, you're gonna throw a left hook and step over here. It don't work that way. It's a fight. So what you do is you just create different scenarios, and then you have solutions for those scenarios. But we do have a basis on how we want to fight, and then after that, it kind of, we got to see. We got to adjust on the fly. They're gonna have to adjust on the fly. But David's more than just some come forward guy. He's real clever, man. He got a lot of stuff to his game. I got to see him up close and personal with Karan. It's a different kind of fight, With that kind of fight, I was just basically trying to keep Karan from getting hurt. When he didn't, when I realized he didn't have the stamina because he had lost too much weight. We had our moments in the fight, but it's just a different kind of fight. This fight right here, we'll be able to do more because we have more time to prepare. Caleb's a natural 68-pounder. And, it's going to be a fun fight. I think it's going to be a great fight, and I'm looking forward to the challenge.
Caleb Plant, right? This fight, what do you feel like fans can expect or are not prepared for? Do you feel like everyone's saying he's gonna box? I've said that myself. He's gonna box and move the first 4 or 5 rounds.
I think they can expect to see a lot of different things. I think that they can expect to see David boxing more than they expect, and Caleb might be punching more than they expect. I think that things can reverse. A lot of times, in fights, the puncher turn into the boxer, and the boxer turn into the puncher.
Like the Sugar Ray Thomas Hearns, right?
Got it. Nobody knew until they got in the ring that Sugar Ray Leonard was the puncher when those two guys fought. I don't really go on knockout percentages. You know, because sometimes that's your matchmaking and that's your temperament. But you know, I wouldn't be surprised if Caleb was the puncher in the fight. Who knows? You know, like we got to see. I expect a lot of skill. I expect to see both guys come forward at different times. I expect to see a lot of hand speed, a lot of foot movement. I expect to see the fight being fought at all three ranges, outside, mid-range, and inside. I think we're going to see a lot, man. I wouldn't be surprised if both guys hit the canvas. I think it's going to be
Is this what boxing needs? Because it kind of seems like once Benavides plant got announced, then you got Tank Garcia, then you got this, and
you know,
is that
funny?
what we need? Because 2022 is kind of down, but 2023 is on fire.
You know what's funny?
Like
I'll tell
fire.
you something funny. When this fight got brought up to me, the first thing that was said to me, it would be the first big pay-per-view of the year, and it's going to set the trend for everything else. So it did that, you know. So that's a positive thing, man. I think the winner in this fight is going to really much have PBC on his back, because I think it's going to be a trickle-down effect of pay fast. Like, it wasn't. By the time I got called and asked about the fight was made like a couple of days after that. We just couldn't talk about it. This fight was made in November, but nobody could say anything.
A lot of times, right, you have for instance, I'm not trying to be cocky, but a guy like myself, right, he'll be friends with a certain fighter, hey, and he'll tell me, hey, you know what, I'm going to fight this day, but I can't say nothing because they always got to wait till showtime or PBC announces the date. Yeah. Was that, how long was it before you actually had to announce the date? Or
I can't tell you how long it was, because I can't remember. But when David Morrell fought the guy,
Ados, yes,
the fight was made by then already.
Oh, wow.
Because I know, because I was in Minnesota and I got the call. And Caleb had just fought Darrell in October in the Barclay. And when I was in Minnesota, I got that call that the fight was done. Caleb called me. He was like, Coach, we made the fight. So, you know, people say that kind of stuff, but I'm like, y'all don't even know. I would see people make up lies on the internet going back and forth like they knew what was happening. And they just be making up lies and saying stuff that's not even true. But the fight was made that weekend. So whatever the date of that fight, the fight was made that weekend.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate you chopping it up with us today. And any message you want to leave off with?
Nope. Tune in tomorrow night. That's all.
All right, thanks so much.